I'm Megan. This is my husband Billy. We met on eHarmony. These are our children, Michael and Lydia. And these are my siblings, Jacob and Zoe. We aren't your typical family, but together we have lots of fun. Welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to talk about antidepressants. And this kind of goes along with the same series where people are like, oh no, you're on antidepressants, like this is a bad thing, like oh, you know, oh, you're never going to be able to do anything because everybody's always going to see your antidepressants as like judging you, stopping you from doing things. Like, come on guys. Okay, this is how I see it. I can either be on antidepressants and help my brain, or I can be miserable, possibly suicidal, along with other things, and be worried about people's judgment. I think I'm going to take the pill. Yep, I think I'm going to take the pill. It's not worth it. Okay, so pretty much throughout my life, people have known that I've been on antidepressants. It was not something, at first I kind of hid it, per my parents, and then after I was like, you know what, I really don't care. It's okay for people to know I'm on antidepressants. I feel like, or I was on antidepressants, I feel like it's because some families or some people or community or wherever you live, like, stereotype it so bad that people live in fear of, oh no, people are going to judge me for being on antidepressants. Oh, my life's over. No. My thing is, dang, that girl rocks. You know why? Because she knew something was wrong with her body and she took care of it. So, probably another thing, I probably should have been on antidepressants a lot sooner in my life, but I wasn't. So, I remember at 21, I was just like, no, this isn't working. And so I went to the doctor and I was like, I'm depressed all the time. It's not like seasonal depression, like I'm depressed. So I was put on anti-anxiety medication, and the medication was Zoloft. And I'm not going to lie, that was the hardest medication to ever get on because, cool, I lost weight, but other than that, it was really, really hard on my stomach. But once I was on, I was good. Now, the thing with me was that I changed doses way too much. And so, after a while, I did get back off of it because I just felt like the dose wasn't working. And for me, let's just start at the beginning. I wanted a quick fix. Like, quick brain fix. I don't really want to go to counseling. Which, in that video, explains why my first counselor and I didn't really work. Because I just didn't feel like she really cared. It was honestly me. I didn't care. Now, granted, there are some counselors that you will have that you just don't mesh with. And that's absolutely fine. That doesn't mean that you're not going to mesh with all counselors. It's just that one. But when I realized the quick fix wasn't working, I went into counseling. And I really started to apply myself in counseling. My goal was, if I needed to be on antidepressants for the rest of my life, great. If I didn't need to be on antidepressants the rest of my life, I would love to come off of them. And for me, I did want to come off the medication. One, I am horrible about remembering pills. Two, I just didn't want to take it after a while. So, for me, I decided to come off. I wanted to come off the medication, but I also needed to learn how to cope with my anxiety and depression so that I could. I was put on antidepressants. I remember making phone calls telling people, like, you have to tell people, like, why do you have to tell people? That should be your business to tell. And then another, oh my gosh, they're going to commit suicide. Oh, that's going to make it worse because that. Or, oh, this person's your problem because they're just not paying it. Or, you need a group of friends, get out of the house more. Okay. All those lovely things that people say, meaning well, but it doesn't actually help. After a while, it did come out. I just started freely telling people that, look, I'm on antidepressants. It's helping me. Great. Now, some people, they have to be on antidepressants their whole life. Some people, it's a season of life. I think for me, I was on antidepressants for 4 years, and then I got off. I feel like at that point, the counseling, everything just started to kind of roll in together. I became more and I was able to get off of them primarily on counseling. When I do get depressed again, or when I start seeing it creep in again, then for me, I try to go back to counseling first before I call the doctor and decide to be back on antidepressants. That's just me. If there ever comes a point where I need to be back on antidepressants, I have no qualms about it. I will just say, hey, I need a little extra help. For me, the counseling did wonders. But I'm not against antidepressants either. And, you know, some people, they have to be on them for a lifetime. Some people, like the serotonin, just doesn't, their body doesn't create it enough. Mine was a season. Some people, it's a lifetime. I totally not judging whatsoever. And so, for me, that was a big, big thing. That once I knew I needed help and I started to receive the help, and for me the antidepressants weren't, I almost say I was probably on the wrong antidepressant because I kept having to up it, and I had to up it so quickly in the span of a short time. So I definitely say for me, I was probably looking back on the wrong antidepressant because I was every 6 months or so having to up it, and I don't know. Some people, they're like, oh, that's normal. Some people are like, I think you were moving it up a little too much. But once I got into counseling and I really dedicated myself to getting the help too, I was able to get off. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling. But, that's basically what this video is about. Like, I was on antidepressants. I don't feel bad for being on antidepressants. There may be a point in my life where I have to go back on antidepressants. And if I do, I'm okay with that. I'm like the least judgy person because of everything that I've been through in my life. I'm like, it's okay. You can tell people you're on antidepressants. You could choose not to tell people you're on antidepressants. Coming from a family that did not really, like, some believe in antidepressants, some didn't believe in antidepressants, but oh my gosh. Just because you're on them doesn't mean that there's something, like, majorly wrong with you. Like, where there's sometimes it doesn't make, you know, like, my big thing was, oh, antidepressants make you suicidal. Okay, one, that's why I'm on the antidepressant. Yes, some antidepressants make you more suicidal. I get that. But this was like, really, that's why I'm on the antidepressant, so I won't be suicidal. But anyway, I feel like this video I just rambled, but basically I want to say it is okay if you feel like you need to be put on antidepressants, you need help, go for it. Ask the doctor. This is your life. This is nobody else's life. This is your life. This is your body and your decision. If you feel like you need to be put on antidepressants to retrain your brain to how to cope with different things, how to handle different things, if you just know that your body is not creating enough serotonin to help you be happy, to find the great things in life, to be encouraged and everything, do it. I am 100% behind you and doing it, and I don't even know you, but I'm behind you. Like, if you need it, go for it. Now, if you want to do an alternative, like maybe you're on antidepressants and you want an alternative and you feel like counseling is your alternative, kudos, go for it. I will never tell somebody not to go to counseling. Like, go to counseling. Another thing, if you are a person that would like to go a more holistic, maybe essential oil, food, diet, something like that, kudos, I'm all for that too. I personally didn't do it. I kind of like wish I would have had more knowledge about certain things so that I could be like, oh yes, let's do that. But I didn't. So, maybe that's like, you know, like, oh, I've been on antidepressants for years, or they have, you know, I've changed antidepressants, or I just feel like the same and I want to do this. Go for it. I 100%. Now, this is my advice though, when you are put on an antidepressant, or you choose to not do an antidepressant and do it a more holistic way, I encourage you to go to counseling. However, this is what I say. If you're not ready to apply it and really work on it, wait to do counseling a little bit, but I feel like you do better with 2 versus just the 1, just the quick fix. I don't know, I hate to say that because it's not always a quick fix, but it's like helps your brain so then you're ready. I feel like antidepressants help your brain quickly so that you can apply more of like the retraining your brain or helping your brain, retraining your mind how to do things. So I feel like antidepressants are a quick way to help you, like, faster than the counseling. I feel like will help. So bam, you go to counseling, or bam, you get on the antidepressant, you start feeling better. Then I feel like that's when you can go to counseling and really start to apply it, and then go on from there. And so I feel like I would recommend that, but I would recommend don't try to do it unless you're ready to go to counseling, because if you're not ready, you're not going to apply it. You're not doing yourself any good. You're not doing the counselor any good either. Like, you're not really there. You're not really ready. So I do feel like, depending on where you're at in your life, that can kind of guide you. And so I say, for me, I wasn't ready at first. I got on the medication, then 3 months later, then I was ready for counseling. But I do say that whichever way, if you decide to go the antidepressant way or if you try to go a more holistic way, you decide what works better for you, and then double team it. I would say double team it with counseling when you're ready, because honestly, it is the best thing in the world to help you with your journey with using antidepressants and everything. It may be a lifetime thing, and it may just be a short season thing. It may literally be like 4 months. It may literally be 6 months. It may be a year. It may be a couple years, depending on everything that's going on in your life. And it may be your lifetime. Like, it may be your whole life you're on antidepressant. Or it could be that for 2 years you were on antidepressant, came off, went back on 4 years later, came off, went back on. You may be one of those people that you just need it for seasons of your life, and when you go through that, you're also going through counseling to kind of help, but it kind of just helps, a quicker way of helping your brain while you're able to be more teachable. So I want to say, however you decide, if you feel like you need help, get help. Go get help. I want to tell you, don't let other people judge you for what you do. Don't let other people judge you for what you feel is right for you. People are going to say things, and you know what? Let them say, because in the end, they're going to see a difference in you. You're going to be happier. You're going to be living the best life you can. And honestly, people have so many judgments about other people's life, but until they walk a mile in your shoes, they have no idea. And they always say, you're not in my body, you're not in my brain, I have to do what's best for me. And who knows, you may encourage somebody else to back to counseling, may choose to get into counseling. There's so many things that you can do to help yourself, and you actually may end up using it as your testimony one day. You never really know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please link them down below. I would love to talk to you about this. I'm not an expert on, in no stretch of the imagination. I'm just using my personal experience. But I'd love to talk to you about it if you want to talk about it. If you're not comfortable leaving a comment down below, you can always email me. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.